I don't want you at my graduation party. My sister Melissa's voice was sharp, decisive. What? Why? Because you'll make it weird. You dropped out of college, you're working at a coffee shop, and I'm graduating summa cum laude from law school. Having you there, my dropout sister, it just sends the wrong message. I stood in my apartment, phone pressed to my ear, trying to process what I was hearing. I'm your sister. Which is exactly why I'm being honest. My colleagues will be there. Professors, future employers, and you? You're a college dropout barista. It's embarrassing. My mom's voice came through clearly. She has a point, Rachel. Maybe it's better if you sit this one out. That was May 2014, Melissa's law school graduation party, the one I wasn't invited to because I was a dropout. I didn't go. I never spoke to either of them again. 9 years of complete silence. Last week, someone rang my doorbell at 10 p.m. I opened it to find Melissa, shaking, holding a folder, eyes red from crying. Rachel, please, I'm filing for divorce, and these documents, they show what Mom did, what she paid Connor to do, for years, about you, about our marriage, about everything. What was in that folder destroyed my sister's perfect life, and what our mother had been paying her husband to do, none of us saw coming. If you've ever been called a dropout or a failure by your own family, stay with me until the end and hit that subscribe button. Your support means everything. And comment below, has a family member ever excluded you for not meeting their standards? Let's talk about it. Now, back to my story. Let me take you back. May 2014. My name is Rachel Torres. I was 23 years old, living in Chicago, working as a barista at a local coffee shop, making $28,000 a year, sharing an apartment with 2 roommates. I'd dropped out of college my sophomore year, not because I failed, not because I partied, but because I hated it. I was studying business because my parents wanted me to, but I loved art, photography, creative work. So I left, got a job, started freelancing as a photographer, building a portfolio, living my life. My family saw it as failure. My sister Melissa was 25, about to graduate from Northwestern Law School, top of her class, already had a job offer at a prestigious firm, dating Connor, another law student. Perfect, successful, everything I wasn't. We'd always been compared. She was the achiever, I was the disappointment. But I thought graduation parties were different. I thought family showed up. Hey, Mel, I said when she called. What time should I be there Saturday? About that. I need to talk to you. Okay? I don't think you should come to my party. My stomach dropped. Why not? Because honestly, it would be awkward. Everyone there will be lawyers, law students, professors, people who've actually finished their education. And you dropped out. You're working at a coffee shop. It doesn't fit. I'm your sister. That should be enough. But it's not. This party is important for my career. First impressions matter. And having my dropout sister there, it reflects badly on me. Dropout sister? That's what I am to you? That's what you are, Rachel. You dropped out of college. You're working a minimum wage job. You have no career, no direction, no ambition. And I don't want people asking me about you, asking why my sister couldn't finish school. I didn't want to finish. I hated business. So you quit, like you quit everything. And now you're a barista with no future. And I don't want to explain that to people who matter. My mom's voice came through. She was there, listening. Rachel, your sister has worked very hard for this moment. Maybe it's better if you don't attend. Give her this day without complications. Complications? I'm a complication? You're a reminder of what happens when you don't finish what you start. Melissa doesn't need that energy at her celebration. So you both agree I shouldn't come. We think it's for the best, Melissa said. You can congratulate me another time, just not at the party. Wow, okay. Have a great party, Mel. Congrats on the degree. I hung up before either of them could respond. I sat there, crushed, angry, humiliated. My own sister thought I was too much of a failure to attend her graduation party. My own mother agreed. because I dropped out of college, because I was a barista, because I wasn't a lawyer. I called my dad. Did you know Melissa uninvited me from her party? Pause. Your mother mentioned the guest list was being finalized. She uninvited me because I'm a dropout. She thinks I'll embarrass her. That's harsh. Are you going to the party? Of course. She's my daughter. I'm proud of her. What about me? I'm your daughter too. You are, but you made different choices. Choices that have consequences. Like not being invited to family events? Like people questioning your decisions. And Melissa doesn't want to answer those questions at her party. I can understand that. So you're okay with me being excluded? I'm okay with Melissa having the graduation party she wants. It's her day. Got it. Enjoy the party. I hung up. Blocked Melissa's number, blocked my mom's number, changed my email, deleted my barely used Facebook account. If I was too much of a failure for my sister's party, I was too much of a failure for this family. The first year was hard. I saw Melissa's graduation photos on mutual friends' social media before I deleted everything. She looked happy, successful, surrounded by lawyers in suits. I wasn't in any photos, like I didn't exist. But I built a life they knew nothing about. Year 1. I started taking my photography seriously. Weddings, portraits, events, made $35,000. Not much, but doing what I loved. Year 2. A magazine hired me for a photo shoot. Small publication. But it led to more. Fashion photography, editorial work. $50,000 that year. Year 3. I got represented by an agency. Real clients, real money. $75,000. I moved into my own apartment. 1 bedroom, no roommates. Year 4. A major brand hired me for an advertising campaign. $40,000 for one shoot. I started making real money. $120,000 that year. Year 5. I opened my own studio. Commercial photography. Corporate clients. Ad agencies. $180,000. I bought a condo. Year 6. My work was featured in a major exhibition. Art galleries started selling my prints. $250,000 that year between commercial work and art sales. Year 7. I won an award. Not huge, but respected in the photography world. Got invitations to international exhibits. Made $300,000. Year 8. I published a coffee table book of my photography. It sold well. Got featured in art magazines. Made $350,000. Year 9. I turned 32. Running a successful photography business. Living in a beautiful condo. Traveling for shoots. Living my dream. And my family knew none of it, because I'd erased myself from their lives completely. Then last week, 10 p.m., doorbell. I checked the peephole, and my breath caught. Melissa, looking terrible, eyes swollen, makeup ruined, holding a folder and a box of tissues. I opened the door slowly. Rachel. Her voice broke immediately. Please, I need to talk to you. How did you find me? I hired a private investigator, gave him your name and last known address. He tracked you down. I know that's invasive, but I'm desperate. What do you want? Can I come in? Please, I need to show you something. About Mom, about Connor, about my marriage. I stepped aside. She walked in, looked around, saw my photography on the walls, my awards on the shelf, my life. You're a photographer? She picked up one of my books. Rachel Torres, that's you? Yes. I had no idea. You wouldn't. You cut me out 9 years ago. She sat on my couch, opened the folder. I'm filing for divorce. From Connor. We've been married for 8 years. And I just discovered, Rachel, these documents show what Mom's been doing, what she paid Connor to do. She pulled out bank statements, checks, financial records. What are you talking about? 6 months ago, Connor started acting strange, distant, defensive. I thought he was having an affair, so I hired a forensic accountant to look at our finances, in case I needed to file for divorce. She showed me the accountant's report. This is what they found, monthly payments, from Mom to Connor, for the last 9 years. I looked at the statements. Transfer after transfer. $2,000 every month. From our mother to Connor. Starting in May 2014. That's $216,000, I calculated. Over 9 years. Yes. I asked Connor what the payments were for. He said Mom was helping us, supplementing our income, being generous. But look at the dates. The payments started the month we got married, right after my graduation. And look at this. She showed me an email. From our mother to Connor. Dated April 2014. Connor, I'm prepared to offer you $2,000 monthly. In exchange, you'll ensure Melissa doesn't reconnect with Rachel. You'll reinforce that Rachel is a failure. You'll remind Melissa regularly that she made the right choice cutting her sister out. You'll keep them separated. That's the deal. I stared at the screen. Mom paid your husband to keep you away from me? Yes. And look at this. More emails. Years of them. From Mom, 2015. Make sure Melissa knows Rachel is still just a barista. Mention it casually. Connor's response. I told her I saw Rachel's social media, still working at the coffee shop. Melissa said she felt vindicated for cutting her out. From Mom, 2017. If Rachel ever tries to contact Melissa, you need to intercept, delete messages, block numbers, whatever it takes. Connor's response. Understood. For $2,000 a month, I'll make sure they never reconcile. From Mom, 2019. Good work. Melissa hasn't mentioned Rachel in months. Keep it up. Connor's response? Easy money. Melissa thinks her sister is a loser. I just reinforce it. Melissa was crying. For 9 years, Connor has been getting paid to keep me away from you, to make me think you were failing, to prevent any reconciliation. Did he ever see me? Know what I was actually doing? I don't know, but look at this. She pulled out more documents. Text messages between Connor and our mother. Connor, 2020. Melissa asked about Rachel today. Wondered if she was okay. Mom's response. What did you say? Connor. I said I heard she's still working retail, living paycheck to paycheck. Melissa felt bad for a moment, then felt superior. Crisis averted. Mom. Good. Here's this month's payment. Melissa covered her face. He lied. About everything. Made me think you were struggling. Made me feel justified in cutting you out. All while getting paid by our mother. Why would Mom do this? Keep reading. She handed me another document. A letter, in our mother's handwriting. Rachel was always going to be a failure. She quit college, chose photography over a real career. I couldn't let Melissa be influenced by that. Couldn't let Rachel's lack of ambition rub off on my successful daughter. So I made sure they stayed separated, paid Connor to reinforce the separation, to keep Melissa believing she was better off without her sister. It worked. Melissa became a successful lawyer, made partner, never looked back, never questioned cutting Rachel out. The $2,000 a month was worth it to protect Melissa's future. I felt sick. Mom paid your husband $2,000 a month for 9 years to keep us apart. Yes, and Connor took it, every month, while lying to me about you, while making me believe you were a failure, while preventing any chance of reconciliation. How did you find out? The forensic accountant found the payments, flagged them as suspicious. When I confronted Connor, he broke down, confessed everything, said Mom approached him right before our wedding, offered the deal. He was in law school debt. $2,000 a month sounded good, so he took it. And your marriage? Built on a lie. He married me, at least partially, for the monthly payment from my mother. He's been manipulating me for 9 years, making me hate you, making me feel superior, all for money. I'm so sorry, Melissa. Don't be sorry. I'm the one who should apologize. I believed him. I believed Mom. I never questioned why you never reached out, never wondered if maybe I was wrong about you. She looked at my photography again. You're successful, really successful. And I had no idea, because I let Mom and Connor control my perception of you. Why are you here now? Because I'm filing for divorce, because I'm confronting Mom, and because I needed you to know the truth, that I didn't stay away because I wanted to. I stayed away because I was manipulated by my own mother and my own husband. The next day, we went to my parents' house, together. Melissa, me, her divorce attorney, Connor, all of us. My mom answered the door, saw me, went pale. "Rachel." "Hi, Mom. We need to talk." She looked at Melissa. "What is she doing here?" "Exposing you," Melissa said. She held up the bank statements, the emails, the letter. "I know what you did, what you paid Connor to do." My mom's face hardened. "I did what was necessary." "Necessary? You paid my husband $216,000 to keep me away from my sister?" "I paid him to protect you from Rachel's influence, from her failure, from her dragging you down." "I wasn't a failure," I said quietly. "I built a successful photography business. I make more money than Melissa does as a lawyer. I'm internationally recognized in my field. I'm successful. You just never bothered to check. You dropped out of college to pursue my passion, and it paid off, but you couldn't see past the dropout label, so you paid Connor to make sure Melissa couldn't see past it either." My dad stepped forward. "Catherine, is this true? You've been paying Connor for 9 years?" "I was protecting our daughter. You were controlling her, manipulating her. You turned her against her own sister. For what? Pride? Control?" "Rachel was a bad influence. Rachel was an artist," I interrupted, "following her own path, and you couldn't stand it. So you erased me, paid Connor to keep me erased, made Melissa believe I was a failure so she'd never question cutting me out." Connor spoke up. "I'm sorry, Melissa. I should have told you, should have refused the money, but I didn't, and I've been lying to you for 9 years." "You married me for a paycheck," Melissa said coldly. "No, I married you because I loved you. But the money, it was an incentive to keep doing what your mother wanted. And I'm sorry." Melissa turned to our mother. "You destroyed my marriage. You stole 9 years of my relationship with my sister. You manipulated both of us. For what? To keep you successful, to keep you focused, to keep you from being like Rachel." "I wanted to be like Rachel." Melissa's voice broke. "She was brave. She followed her passion. She built something real. And you made me think she was a failure. Made me think I was better than her. Made me waste 9 years being alone, thinking my sister was too pathetic to be part of my life." My mom's face crumpled. "I did what I thought was right. You did what was controlling, and it ends now. I'm filing for divorce from Connor. I'm cutting you out of my life, and I'm rebuilding my relationship with Rachel, if she'll have me." That was 3 weeks ago. Melissa filed for divorce. Connor didn't contest it. The marriage is ending. My parents are separated. My dad moved out. He's staying with me while he processes everything. "I should have questioned it," he told me yesterday. "Should have wondered why you never came around. Should have reached out myself. You chose Mom's version of events." "I did, and I'm sorry. You built an incredible life, and I missed all of it." Melissa and I are rebuilding, slowly. She came to my studio, saw my work, met my clients, understood who I really am. "I was so wrong about you," she said. "About everything. You weren't a dropout. You were someone brave enough to choose your own path. You were manipulated. By Mom, by Connor. You didn't know the truth. I should have looked for the truth. Should have questioned why you never reached out. Should have tried to find you. We're here now. That's what matters." She's been in therapy, processing the manipulation, the lost years, the fake marriage. Connor married me at least partially for Mom's money. Our whole relationship was built on a lie. But you're free now, free to build the life you want, free from Mom's control, free from Connor's manipulation. Free to know my sister. I'm Rachel Torres. I'm 32 years old. 9 years ago, my sister didn't want me at her graduation party because I was a college dropout. My mom agreed. I disappeared, built a successful photography career, made more money than my lawyer sister, got internationally recognized, lived my dream. Then my sister showed up with divorce papers, revealing our mom had paid her husband $2,000 monthly for 9 years to keep us separated. $216,000 to prevent two sisters from reconciling. My sister lost her marriage, but she found her sister and herself. If your family calls you a failure for following your own path, remember this: success isn't defined by degrees or traditional careers. It's defined by building a life that fulfills you. And sometimes, the people who call you a dropout are the ones being controlled, manipulated, lied to. The truth always comes out. Sometimes it takes 9 years, but it comes. Thank you so much for watching. If this story resonated with you, please subscribe and hit the notification bell. Your support means the world. And share in the comments. Have you ever been called a dropout or a failure? How did you prove them wrong? I'd love to hear your stories. See you next time.